Hi, I'm Shauna Kaiser. I'm one of the co-founders of Shape Your State. And today I'm excited to be talking to Takia Miller, who's a Black woman AIDS HIV activist in Forsyth County, North Carolina. Takia, welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm really excited to talk to you about this important issue, in particular around Black women in the South. You know, I'm from the South. We're from the same hometown. We have a way of helping the world, but we can't help ourselves. So before we go down there, can you set the playing field a little bit? Give folks a little bit of a context of what you see in Forsyth County where it relates to HIV/AIDS.
Okay. Well, just to give you an idea, Forsyth County is a metropolis. There's a little over 350,000 people here. 2016, over 1,600 people were newly diagnosed with HIV and AIDS. And this is 2016 we're talking about, not 10, 15 years ago. And it's really disturbing because as I was gathering my information for this interview, I was happy to see that the numbers have gone down nationally. But when I honed into Forsyth County, I saw that they're actually going up.
Right.
And that shouldn't be happening this late in the game.
Why shouldn't it be happening, in your opinion?
Because, between HIV and AIDS has been on the scene for over 30 years in America. And with all of the advances in medicine, the advances in knowledge and technology, we shouldn't be having these new diagnoses. Especially if a person finds out that they're HIV positive, they can take one pill a day to get to the point of being called undetectable. And at that point, they can, it's impossible for them to pass that disease to someone else. I know someone personally who found out in February of last year that they were diagnosed with HIV, got on medicine in March, and 3 months later, they were already at the point of being undetectable. So what that tells me is that nobody should be passing along this disease to anybody if they just do what they need to do. And it's not happening, and that's very disturbing.
Yeah, that is very disturbing. I live in the DC metro area, as you know, and 1 in 20 are infected with the virus. And that number still to go up, and it's even higher amongst us being Black, those are in African-American Black communities. And I hear so many stories from kids who are infecting each other, so that, we're not arming each other with the information. And it makes me think about our faith, our commitment to our faith and our communities, and how we're not open with the things that we need to be open about. What would you suggest to folks to change this direction, in particular in the South? Like, what would you suggest as a first step in organizing to change the statistics?
Okay. Yeah, we've got to have open dialogue. We've got to be real about these things. And it's kind of hard in the South because of the stigma and because of the fact that we're in the Bible Belt. Is such a religious area, but these things are happening. It's sad because, when it comes specifically to HIV and AIDS, more diagnoses take place along the Bible Belt. And it's because we're not having these conversations. So I would probably suggest that we, gather some girlfriends together, have a house party, and let's talk about these things. We talk about what's the latest thing that happened on the whatever reality show we're watching. But let's talk about these things that really matter, like our own health, and our livelihood, and, our children and our generations to come. And why is it that we are still having these things happening when it's as simple as getting tested, getting treated, and protecting ourselves? So, I would probably find your sphere of influence, whether it's in church or, like I said, with your homegirls or your community, and just gather some people together and have these conversations. Education is key.
Yeah, it's critical. And thank you for taking the time. And those of you who are looking for steps to get started, I encourage you to check out our website at www.shapeyourstate.com for a step-by-step how to get started. Takia, thank you for your time today. And if folks want to reach out to have conversations with Takia and discuss the HIV AIDS awareness and activism amongst Black women, she can be reached at takia.miller@gmail.com. Thank you for your time today.
It's been my pleasure. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.